Welcome once again, good students. This is essay number 4 in their order of procession from the first, the second, the third, and then this is the fourth one, the Blossoms of the Savannah, KCSE, the year 2022. We're looking at exam style questions and, of course, sample responses. What are the exam style questions that are essay writing? Paper 1 or 1, stock or 3. Brace yourself for this episode again, and if in case you've come across this and it is by accident, you don't want to by accident again to come across the same work in the future, subscribe, stay hooked, and that is the only way maybe you'll be updated for our you get in line with our future updates. Welcome. This is our exam style question. Women suffer in male-dominated societies. Write an essay to validate the truth in this assertion, basing your illustrations on the blossoms of the savannah. Again, women suffer in a male-dominated societies. Write an essay to validate the truth in this assertion, basing your illustrations on the blossoms of the savannah. This is our sample response, good students. In most societies, men hold primary power and influence. Blossoms of the Savannah highlights the problems women suffer in a male-dominated society. Resian, Taiyo, Mama Milanoi, and Minik and Nkoitoi suffer a myriad of problems in Nasila. Resian suffers from simply being born a girl. Taiyo is infuriated when his second-born child turns out to be a girl. He had prayed for a boy and wanted at least 3 boys. The society values boys more than girls. A boy will carry the Taiyo's name to the next generation. Taiyo offers Resian as a sacrificial lamb when Olusidori comes looking for a wife. As much as she knows her father hates her, she is shocked that he has the temerity to sell her to a man that she hates with passion. Resian is always sad and aloof owing to her father's mistreatment. Resian feels betrayed by her father and at one point considers committing suicide. She's forced to run away from home with the help of Nkoitoi. Surely, women in male-dominated societies suffer a great deal. Men in Nasila use FGM to oppress women. Women are considered as wild gender that must be tamed through FGM. Girls who undergo FGM suffer physical and psychological pain. Uncircumcised girls are mocked, derided, and contemptuously referred to as Ntoye Nimengalana. Circumcised girls are considered decent and accorded respect. The subject of FGM makes Taiyo and Resian feel squeamish, hopeless, and downcast. Resian feels that FGM is useless today and is only used by men to oppress women. Taiyo is duped and taken to a Soweto village, 5 kilometers away from Nasila, where she is forcibly circumcised. She is dragged out of her hut, splashed with 20 liters of cold water, wrestled to the ground, and circumcised. The excruciating procedure is carried out using a blade-like tool known as olmorunya. She faints and only regains consciousness 2 days later. In male-dominated societies, women suffer forced early marriages. When Rachel learns that she must marry Olusidori, she is thrown into a sea of agony. Forced marriage is rampant in Nasila. Olusidori and Nkoitoi try to marry Resian forcefully. Resian's dream is to join Egerton University. Her father, however, plans to marry her off to Olusidori against her will. He makes all these plans behind Resian's back. He receives cash and gifts from Olosidori, knowing too well that Resian only values university education. Olosidori even considers rendering Resian unconscious should she decline his proposal. At Inkito, Resian realizes that many girls are married to old men. One girl is 18 and her husband is about 75. Such girls live in squalor conditions. To avoid marrying Olosidori, Resian runs away from home. In Nasila, Resian and Taiyo suffer sexual exploitation since they are not circumcised. They are mocked and cheated by strangers. Two vagabonds attempt to molest them. Like most men in Nasila, Ntara and Lante do not respect women. When they first meet, Olosidori harasses Resian despite her being too young for him. She describes him as an ill-mannered devil. At Inkito, Nkoitoi unsuccessfully tries to rape Resian. He comes home drunk as a skunk and demands for food from her. He then tries to molest her. She fights back fiercely and bites his thumb. Olaningori then assaults her viciously, rendering her unconscious. For a couple of weeks that follow, Resian endures pain from the attack. Resian and Taiyo undergo physical and emotional anguish in the hands of men who abuse their privacy. Women in Nasila suffer because they are voiceless. Mama Milanoi is voiceless when her husband plans to marry off Resian to Olosidori. She cannot even dissuade him for circumcising their daughters. In Nasila, it is men who make decisions. Mama Milanoi suffers sleepless nights, pondering in pain owing to the excruciating experience awaiting her daughters. Yet, she remains voiceless. Mama Milanoi is in a dilemma because she is torn between being a dutiful wife and being a protective mother to Taiyo and Resian. As a subservient wife, she has little choice but to submit to her husband and Nasila cultural dictates. She is baffled that an old man like Olosidori could marry Resian, something that was unheard of during her childhood days. She visits and talks to other women like Yeyo Botor to avert the marriage. Minik and Nkoitoi is treated contemptuously rather by men in Nasila. Men like Simirin and Ole Musanka hate her passionately. She is referred to as Entagoroi, a derogatory name for a sharp-tongued woman. When she tries to stop Simiren from circumcising her daughters and marrying them off to old men, he chases her away and almost assaults her physically. Ole Musanga curses her that she may go down with setting sun. Even women in Nasila call her a witch. Minik and Nkoitoi suffers mistreatment and alienation in Nasila simply because she fights archaic practices like early marriages and FGM, which are perpetuated and fueled by men with a view of oppressing women. Good students, in summary, women suffer in male-dominated societies, and this marks the end of this particular chapter or this particular episode. And once more, in case you're coming across this work and you have not subscribed, the good thing that you can do to promote, again, especially this work, is to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with your good friends, and above all, make it work for your advantage. Have a good day.